Okay, before we go any further, I'd like to just ask for a moment of silence. We had a couple airplane tragedies over the last week or so, and we also had some victims of the wildfires in California. So at this time, if we could just have a moment of silence in support of their efforts to rebuild and the loss of lives and support of the families that that lost loved ones and family members and friends in the tragedy. So thank you. Thank you. Commissioners, you have the agenda before us this evening. Are there any changes by fellow commissioners? We have one request for a change to the agenda. I'll be asking that we move item number 16 to be heard right after action item number 8. And are there any changes by staff?
No, sir.
With that being said, is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended this evening?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Bazell, seconded by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There being none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, it is approved. We have one set of minutes from our January 15th, 2025 public hearing business meeting. Any changes to those minutes by fellow commissioners? There be none, so recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair,
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as presented,
The minutes?
or minutes, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
second.
We have a motion to approve the minutes by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion or the second? There being none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, they stand approved. Do we have any public comment this evening? Okay, thank you. Go ahead and move on to our discussion, non-action items. Commissioners, anything you wish to bring to the table this evening? Okay, one thing I'd like to just give a brief update on is we had our New Mexico County's legislative meeting about a week and a half ago up in Santa Fe. Very well attended. Valencia County had good representation there. I'll just go through a couple of the priorities that New Mexico County's has listed as priorities for this upcoming session. Under HB2 appropriations, it would be detention reimbursement fund, courthouse funding, detention recruitment and retention fund, firefighter EMS recruitment fund, 700 megahertz radios for dispatching. And there are some additional appropriations to ensure that SB Senate Bill 148 repealing taxation and revenue administrative fees and Senate Bill 151 insurance premium tax distribution to the EMS fund are implemented as passed during the 2024 session. A couple other priorities: equitable disclosure that has to do with property taxes, IPRA improvements, and resources to support border-related humanitarian and crime efforts. So those were some of the topics we discussed. And I believe Commissioner Aragon, you might want to chime in on a few others. Or county manager, I should say.
That's why when you said staff earlier, I was just sitting here like I was, it's a new
We'll get used to
concept
it.
for sure. You know, again, just a big topic again for New Mexico counties is fire safety with the tragedies across the country. You know, we're dry right now all over, and we really they wanted to push fire safety, making sure folks were aware about how to get your house and an area like that fire ready. So lots of talk about fire safety and what our fire and EMS situation looks like in the state. Obviously, Chief Prop is kind of the big wig there for the fire group, and he's on top of all that. And we're in a good spot here in the county as far as fire safety. But if people were to look at how to harden your houses for fire safety, you don't want wooden fences leading up to your house. It's kind of just like a domino effect when you have this fuel system, connecting to your homes, flowers, grass, right up to your homes can create some issues. So that was probably the big push as far as content for like the manager's affiliate and the commissioner's affiliate, I believe, had kind of a joint session. So and then as well as the veterans exemption, they're still kind of trying to figure that out. It looks like we're going to be okay for the year at this point, but it's going to be something the county, New Mexico counties, is looking and figuring out how the counties are going to be able to tackle that. That item once it starts affecting our tax, our property taxes.
One other thing that the Board of Directors for New Mexico counties voted to oppose the Family Medical Leave Act bill that's working its way through the legislature at this time. It's not being supported in its current draft. Some of the reasons are just the fiscal impact on individuals, employees, plus employers, and just the potential for potential abuse of what they're trying to accomplish. So again, we don't know where that's going to end up, but we'll keep everybody posted on that. Commissioner Barrett, anything you wish to add?
Everyone for sending me up there. The support from the county, learned quite a bit, got a lot of good connections. So I look forward to representing us on both boards in the future for NM counties and NACO as well, the national counties. So look forward to doing that in DC at the end of this month, and hopefully we'll have a lot more to bring to the table after.
Absolutely. Okay. All right, commissioners, anything else? Nobody else has anything else they want to bring to the table? Okay. I believe we have the employee of the month, Mr. Montoya.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Tonight we have our first employee of the month for the year 2025, so we're super excited with that. Shaughnessy Silva is actually our employee of the month, and there's three of us here that probably want to talk a little bit about her. Me, for one, our internship program in the summer. Shaughnessy is such an asset for us. I mean, she really does great with these youth and helps them get on the track and get used to working here in the county. She does really great things for me. So before I pass over to Jonathan, our county manager here actually nominated Shaughnessy. Lena has tried to nominate her probably every week if she had the chance. But I'm going to let Jonathan and then Lena talk a little bit about Shaughnessy before we call her up.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Montoya. Commissioners, as you remember, we had Mrs. Smith come to a couple meetings and talk about how helpful Shaughnessy was in getting them some stuff done with their road. That's not the only call that I've heard, in the last 6 months. A lot of people have really good things to say about Shaughnessy, and anytime I've ever had to ask her a question or when she helped me on board, she was very helpful. So what an asset to have employees like we do. And Shaughnessy is one of those shining examples for sure.
Thank you.
Ida?
Chairman, Commissioners, I'm very honored to have Shaughnessy part of the Public Works. I mean, she goes above and beyond her job description. She was originally hired as for the road department fleet clerk, fleet administrative assistant. And she goes above and beyond. I mean, she helps in every department. So, I mean, she is a great asset to Public Works. So I'm really happy that she's part of our team.
Thank you. Commissioners?
I want to say, Shaughnessy, I've been coming to meetings now for well over a year. I've never seen a constituent come in and just brag about how good one of the employees is. So I think that's a testament to everything that everyone's been saying, and just very proud that you're part of this organization.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys, and I'm here to help the public, you, my fellow coworkers. So thank you guys very much.
So thank you very much for all you do. You're again an asset to the county. And we look forward to keeping you around for a while and continue to work with you. So thank you so much for everything you do.
All right, Mr. Chair, before you go on to our next presentation, I do want to bring your attention to the booklet that was put into your packet. I know you guys get a lot of stuff, but this actually came from the county conference as well. New Mexico Insurance Authority, because of how counties are situated as far as, you know, our risk and everything like that. We've got law enforcement, we've got first responders. Can be a lot of risk associated with that. So it's pretty hard, as you can see with the fires in Los Angeles. A lot of people didn't have coverage due to that. We are not able to be covered by pretty much anybody as far as law enforcement, first responders. So the New Mexico counties has created the insurance authority. They are we're a self-funded insurance pool. We work together to be able to fund ourselves in crises and lawsuits and stuff like that. It's a very complicated, very complex organization. For a couple of years now, I sit on the board of the insurance authority, and we've been asking for kind of a dumbed down booklet or some sort of template for county electeds to go over and kind of get a handle on what exactly the insurance authority does. And they actually provided that this year. So take a look at that. If you guys have any questions, I'm still asking questions myself about it, but it's a really good booklet. I think they kind of narrowed down what the insurance authority is all about and how they take care of counties. And we're fortunate enough here in Valencia County to have the only accredited sheriff office. And then we also have an accredited jail, which helps out as far as how much we pay into those premiums and stuff. So take a look at that. If you have any questions, reach out to me. But it's quite a booklet, and it really does a good job at explaining what the insurance authority does.
Thank you. Anything else? If not, we'll move on to item number 6. This is a presentation, FY25 CYFD Continuum Grant Semi-Annual Report. We've got the coordinator, Christina Ariana, and head of MES, and we got a couple of young gentlemen there with you too.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. We find ourselves halfway through a grant cycle. This particular grant was a little bit challenging in the sense that we were transitioning from a 4-year grant into a new 3-year grant. So with that said, we did lose some time in the months of July, August, and parts of September because we had to do some formal solicitations in order to bring providers on board. So as you are being presented with information, Christine's going to go ahead and show off some of our some of the fiscal numbers as far as where we stand now halfway through the year, as well as some of the great stuff that the youth subcommittee has been working on up until this point. So with that being said, I'd like to turn it over to the Continuum Coordinator, Ms. Christine Arellin, and she has Colton Robinson and Jacob Arellin here to support. So thank you.
Thank you, Jeremias. Hello, Mr. Chairman and members of the commission. So to start off with, this is a presentation for the last 6 months. Unfortunately, we weren't able to present to you in December, but here we are today. And I can't believe it's already been 6 months since we were last here. So what I want to start off with is our continuum expenses. It's going to cover from July 2024 to December 2024, mental health first aid, instruction certificates, promotional items that these two gentlemen have here, which you'll end up receiving in a little bit. Here you'll see a chart of our expenses. The blue that you see is program expenses across the board in Valencia County. And then the green is match, where September we have our highest, being that we had our second annual attendance conference with Belen High School. It was a huge success. Based off of the last chart, here are the numbers of the breakdown. The awarded programming were set to spend down. We have $164,774.58 expended of the $549,735, which this breaks down to 29.97%. We are a little behind because of the RFPs that we had to put out for BRAC and the Day Reporting Center, but we're moving forward to do a bar in the next month to expend in different programmings. So the match, we are at $186,991.81 expended of the $219,894. So this breaks down to 84% and 84.63%, which the county is responsible for spending every year. That's the 40% of the 500,000. So here is the promotional items, and Jacob and Colton will pass to you guys. We have a drawstring bag, and inside the drawstring bag is a lunch bag. It's an insulated lunch bag. You'll also have a lanyard, a carabiner, and you'll see that the kids are wearing T-shirts, and those are new that we purchased this year. Jeremias and myself are wearing the polos, and I did forget to mention that each of you has a T-shirt inside the bag. So this year, for the first quarter, the kids were quite busy. We had the Board of County Commissioners meeting in July, and then the National Night Out on August 6th. We had the Back to School event, and then we had the youth subcommittee meet and greet, the Attendance for Success, and then the YDI Get Up, Get Moving. So the remainder of this presentation is pictures from the events that the kids have been participating in. This one is the National Night Out at UNM Valencia County. The kids helped out the sheriff's office with bringing in setting up the items that they needed, and then they needed help with handing out the hot dogs and maintaining how many snacks were given out to each person so that there was enough for everybody that attended. H2 Academic Solutions Back to School. It's another event that the kids participated in. They passed out program information to the community to inform them of at-risk programs for the youth within the community that are at risk of entering the juvenile justice system. And you see a few youth, again, handing out food and engaging in the community. Belen High School attendance fair was bigger than last year. It was awesome. It was nice to see that the kids engaged. And on the next slide, you'll see that they were passing out pizza and engaging in the community. There was plenty of pizza for seconds and thirds and probably fourths. Presentations from Belen Consolidated Schools was nice because the superintendent was there, and then they had teachers presenting, and in the bottom right corner you see the youth participating in presentations as well. And there was vendors present for the resources. Here is YDI Get Up, Get Moving. Most of our youth here were present. This is actually this picture in the middle. That was the max amount of youth that we had at the time. We've actually grown since then, but another huge event for the kids to get out in the community and engage with community members. Moving on to the second quarter of events. So we have, starting in October, the Los Salinas Middle School Open House, Roadrunner Festival, Valencia County Fire Safety Day, Badlands Drive-In, which was a fundraiser for these kids, for the youth subcommittee, Veterans Day Ceremony, H2 Community Thanksgiving Meal, Century High School Craft Fair, Los Salinas Police Department Shop with the Cop program, and then we also had a youth subcommittee Christmas party. So the second quarter had a lot more activities going on than the first. Here we have the Los Salinas Middle School Open House. It was Not many participants or attendees as I had anticipated, but it was mostly because there was a basketball game going on during that time. So it's all right. Next year, hopefully, would be better. This is the Roadrunner Festival, craft fair, car show. It was in October. It was a Saturday, Sunday, and the kids enjoyed seeing different crafts. And YDI also had their festival, carnival. Colton was not there, but he is part of YDI, and it's always great to see the kids engaging in the festival. My daughter, for one, enjoyed the festival. She loved going fishing, is one of the games that was there. This one that you see here, as the curtains move over, is the Fire Safety Day. This one was awesome. I wish you guys had been there. Our youth subcommittee members actually participated in pulling of the fire truck on separate teams. I can't tell you which ones, but it was pretty cool that they were able to participate. And then the Badlands Drive-In fundraiser. This was our first fundraiser for the youth subcommittee, and I was super excited with the turnout that we had. We had given the youth 5 tickets to sell each, and we sold all of them, pre-sold them, and then we also sold tickets at the gate. So it was a huge turnout, and we had concession stand items, and we hope to host another one when it gets warmer. The Veterans Day ceremony, we had youth say the pledge, as well as YDI youth recited the pledge. And then off to the far right of the screen, you'll see veterans walking out from underneath that, I don't even know what it's called, but it's the tree covered thing. And it was impressionable to see that the different ages and the different veterans that we have in the community. There was like some in their 30s and then some as old as 90. It was like really moving to have seen that. I'm glad that I participated in that this year with our youth. Right here is our Century High School craft fair. It was in December. A few of our youth participated. In the picture, you see Ms. Victoria Flores. She is now our chairwoman. And she was there raffling off tickets for the prize box that you see in the bottom left for Teen Court. We both did wonderfully in fundraising. Shop with a Cop program, we had a few youth participate, and we got wonderful comments from the police department where they're excited to have our youth help them at the National Night Out with the police department. And of course, the kids had fun. They loved it, and they were excited to see the less fortunate youth receive the items that they did. I don't know if you're aware of the program, but this program is they are allowed to, or they spend the day with the cop, and then they go in the police cruisers, cop cars, whatever, and they do a parade around town. And then after that, they go to the movie theaters, watch a movie, and after the movies, they go to Walmart and they shop with the cop or the youth, whoever's helping them. So it was awesome to see how many smiles were on the kids' faces. And then the last one, the youth subcommittee Christmas party. We did a Secret Santa. It was awesome. It was cool. It was fun. And then we also did the White Elephant gift exchange. So that was exciting. And it was our first one. And in the picture, this is the most youth that we have had up until this point since I've been here. And I'm excited for it to grow. Thank you all for your time. And I look forward to presenting to you in July. I stand for any questions.
Any questions, commissioners?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
since you guys are a little bit behind, are you going to be able to spend the money?
Yes, we do anticipate on spending the money. We want to revert as little as possible, but we plan on spending in Boys Council, Girl Circle, which are our mentoring programs, and BOCC Life Skills. And the Reception Assessment Center is on track to spending down the funds.
Thank you.
Sure.
Please.
Not a question, just a comment. Just this is incredible work. Thank you for everything that you've done. Hedemius, thank you for, being able to procure stuff like this for our community. And boys, thank you for being a part of this and coming here tonight. It's really important to see the involvement in community and the effects that it can have. So thank you all collectively as a group.
Thank you, Commissioner Barry.
Okay, well, again, thank you for a very detailed and impressive report. You guys have been busy. And we, like Commissioner Barry said, we do appreciate all you do for the community. So thank you. Anything else, Commissioners?
You guys do such a great job. Commissioner Barry is going to be a new board member, so he'll be getting to see the intertwinings of the group and seeing, you know, the progress throughout the year. So it's going to be great for him. Thank you all.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. Have a
Thank you
good
for-
night.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Of course. I hope you enjoy them.
We will. Thank you so much.
Mr. Chair, one final thing that came through about an hour before the meeting started. Judge Mercer actually narrowed down her picks for the flood control district.
Narrowed down.
Well, she appointed them. So I'm going to read off the names and then Adrian's going to follow up. So we have from Belen, Wayne Gallegos, Danny Goodson. From Las Lunas, we have David Gardner and Michael Montoya. And from Tomé, we have Teresa Smith de Sharif. And those will be our 5 appointed members.
If I might, Mr. Chairman, again, this came in just right before the meeting. But that said, they are the duly appointed now district directors. My suggestion would be to have, with your all's permission, to have county staff reach out to them and advise them of their appointment. I don't think that, they'll have, other than through here, they'll have any word of it. And then probably we need to assist them in at least having an initial meeting and talking about their roles and how long they serve, which is until the next election of this year, the local government election. And if it's okay with the commission assisting in to get them rolling at least the first meeting.
It's fine. Commissioners? Very good. You'll get that set up, Jonathan? Very good.
Mr. Chair,
Please.
that's great to hear. And hopefully we can do whatever we can to get that district rolling here. If there's anything I can do, let me know.
Great.
Mr. Nance, I just had a question. Do we need to give formal direction to staff to make that announcement?
No, I don't believe that you do, as long as, I think that's the direction of staff, and as long as the commission doesn't have any objections, I think that's where we need to go.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. We're going to move on now. Item number 7. This is a public hearing. Restaurant B liquor license application for Eagles Avenue LLC DBA Eagles Avenue located at 19586 Highway 314, Belen, New Mexico 87002. Is there's anybody that's going to give any testimony on this public hearing? I will need you to stand so you can be sworn in by our county clerk. Are you the applicants? You're the owner? Okay. Are both of you going to give testimony or just, okay, if you'll just please stand. If there's anybody else in the public that wishes to speak.
You swear or affirm that this testimony you'll give is basically the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth of the penalty of the law, so help you God.
Just 1 second. Go ahead, Mr. Nance.
Basically, the Alcoholic Beverage Control Division requests that we have a public hearing, publish notice for this hearing. Within 45 days of receipt of the letter, which we have done so. And basically, what we need to look at is whether or not we approve, or this board approves or disapproves the issuance of the transfer of license and advise the director thereof. And what's important is to find out, certainly for the purpose of the statute alone, to find out the distance it is between, from any neighboring churches or schools, and that I believe is already in your packet. And we do have to have a public hearing so that the applicant can explain what's going on and why, and if anyone has any objections and their reasons to it.
It met all the requirements legally? Legal requirements?
Yes, it appears that it does.
Very good. If you wish to come forward, you can you come and address us, I'll just need you to state your name and address for the record, please.
Where I live at?
Your
Okay.
residential address and your full
Okay.
name.
So my name is Danielle Baca and I live at 3 Sheba Place in Los Lunas,
Okay.
87031.
Okay, and you're the applicant. You want to give us a little background as to the reason for the request for liquor license of the business that you have, just general information?
So before us, Sandbaggers had that restaurant and they had it at a restaurant A plus. But with the businesses around us like Fat Sats and the Moose Lodge and stuff, that's not helping us. So that's why we wanted to switch to restaurant B. Our food and our everything, I don't know, it just goes hand in hand. So that's why we went for the restaurant B and not the A plus.
Okay. Can you tell us what the difference is between the B and the A plus?
Because the A plus is only New Mexico spirits and the
Okay.
B is all spirits.
Okay,
So we're not limited.
okay, very good. Commissioners, any questions?
And Mr., just for the record, so the actual, just to confirm, the actual location is not changing?
It's not changing. It's that same 19586 Highway 314 Glen.
Anything else?
That's what we want to make sure is on the record.
Is there anything else that you wish to address?
No, sir.
Commissioners, any questions? Okay, there be none. At this time, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing and we'll just take action on it in our next agenda item, okay?
Okay, thank
Mr.
you.
Chairman, did you ask if anyone, I'm sorry, is opposed?
I asked if everybody's gonna speak
Okay.
up. Is there anybody that's here that's gonna oppose this application? There is not. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this time we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. We'll move on to our action items. Action item number 8, consideration of Restaurant B liquor license application for Eagles Avenue LLC DBA Eagles Avenue located at 19586 Highway 314, Belen, New Mexico, 87002. Mr. Nance?
Mr. Chairman, I believe that the application meets all of our requirements. Again, this is more of a form than anything else, and they're just changing from a type of license. If this is approved, then staff will advise the Liquor Control Board that it was approved or disapproved, at which time they will take additional steps in their consideration of the application.
Thank you, Mr. Nance. Commissioners, any questions of Mr. Nance? There be none. Is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Berry for approval, second by Commissioner Sparkman. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, it is approved. Okay, at this time, I'm going to move up item number 16. This is approval of resolution in support of the transfer of property referred to locally as the grasslands from the State of New Mexico General Services Department to the Village of Los Lunas for economic development, family-friendly amenities, and community growth. Mr. Nance? Did you have anything? It shows you as a presenter, but I can.
Mr. Chair, this is just a resolution in support of the village's upcoming presentation to the legislature. And we have Victoria Archuleta from the Economic Development Department in the Village of Los Lunas to present tonight.
Thank you. So, Archuleta, I know you're not feeling well, but thank you for being with us tonight. Well, you have the floor.
Thank you, Commissioner Seiss and members of the commission. My name is Victoria Archuleta. I am the Senior Economic Developer for the Village of Los Lunas. And today, of course, before you is a resolution. One of the things that we are really trying to do well, not just the village, but for the benefit of the county and the region, is to request the transfer of 286 acres of land that we refer to locally as the grasslands, that borders Meta, Niagara, I-25, and also Isleta Pueblo, from General Services Department to the Village of Los Lunas so that we may service it for a potential future business park or location for maybe the state fair. If you could go to the next slide, please. So again, just the description of where the land is. It is essentially again, 286 acres, which is a substantial amount of land that is just dead center in our growing industrial park. And the reason this came up, and again, this is not the first time this has come up, but the main reason we wanted to resurrect this idea is in the fall of last year, the state's Economic Development Department did issue an RFP for publicly owned business parks. And that funding allowed for a business park to essentially get site readiness study to really understand, what they needed to put shovels in the ground and get a business on their publicly owned business park. In the village of Los Lunas, we do not have anything that is publicly owned. And of course, this already being a state-owned site did not qualify for any of that funding from the state of New Mexico. So that's kind of what triggered this idea, is the state General Services Department has this land, and from what I know anecdotally and before my time serving as the economic developer in Los Lunas, know that there has not been any activity or any plans from the state to really develop the grasslands. And so that's something, again, prime location right next to one of the biggest data centers in the country and also our growing industrial area. It just would make sense for the state and for us to request this, that the state transfer that land to the village of Los Lunas specifically, so that we can service water, wastewater utilities, work with PNM to get fiber and power installed into that area as well. Also, what has really triggered this request specifically is the amount of traffic that is piling up on New Mexico Highway 6. Of course, between all of our big industrial logistics and warehousing companies that we have north of Highway 6, and now the presence of Amazon, which at its peak during the holiday season had almost 500 trucks up and down New Mexico Highway 6 every single day, has really caused a very intense and very worrisome traffic situation for specifically the residents of the Huning Ranch development north of New Mexico Highway 6. So another reason for requesting the transfer of this land, so that we may also establish a potential third interchange. Now, granted, I know we have not broken ground yet on our second interchange near Morris Road, but in the very near future, we will need a third interchange on the north side of Los Lunas in the county. And so that has really been a driving force for why we're requesting this transfer. Next slide, please. So this is the original conceptual plan that was designed in 2019. This is not what we're running with, but we're going with something similar. And the reason I bring this up, again, this is not the first time we've attempted to do this and request this transfer from GSD. In 2019, it did start to get momentum, and then we all know what happened in 2020. There were many other things during the pandemic that were priority, and this got put to the wayside. Next slide, please. So as we now resurrect this concept and we're really gaining momentum at the local level as well as the state level for this opportunity, I think now is a really opportune time for us to move forward with this. Our village council in Los Lunas did pass a similar resolution last week on January 30th, just stating our intent to request the transfer of this land from GSD. Over the last several months, I have also had an opportunity to meet with Secretary Rob Black from the state's Economic Development Department and our representatives from state EDD, and they are aware of this project and our intent to request land and are on board. Further, I have also had the opportunity to meet with Secretary Ricky Cerna from DOT, as well as some of his staff, and DOT Commissioner Hilma Chinowith. Again, all aware and all supportive of this initiative. The hurdle that we're running into, and Jonathan can help attest to this, is really getting buy-in from GSD, who's going to need to transfer the land. We want to transfer the land, excuse me, in the near future. And to my understanding, their secretary did retire at the end of December, but their website hasn't even been updated. So I can assume that there may be maybe staff shortages, delays, but we do have, and what we did secure was a meeting with the acting cabinet secretary of GSD on February 18th. Now, that is, my main goal was to really try to get this into a House resolution, which would be supported by our local representative, Brian BOCC, and try to get this to the finish line during this current legislative session. I don't know if that will be a reality for this session, but approval of localized resolutions does help us with the intent. If we can't get it to the finish line this year, we can probably get it during the next 30-day session. And what you're seeing here is just proposed road networks that would be accessible with us having control of the land. We would then be able to establish additional road networks. And then on the east side of I-25, you can see where, as you're aware, there are new residential developments in Los Lunas, the different Fiesta developments and housing that's coming up. In some future, we would like to provide access for folks that live on the east side of I-25 as well. Next slide, please. So this is a bigger picture of what that road network could look like. Again, the biggest concern that we're hearing is the traffic. Traffic on New Mexico Highway 6 it can be scary, especially after 3 o'clock. All the schools are letting out, Meta, Amazon, you name it. It can take 30 to 45 minutes for someone to get from Highway 6 back onto I-25. Now, what this proposed roadway would allow is for an interchange north of I-25. So we would have to work with the Pueblo of Isleta and get their buy-in. They do have a new governor who I have not had an opportunity to speak with about this, but I think the very first step is to request and get the transfer of this land. And then we can go to step 2, which is including and involving Isleta Pueblo for further development of that third interchange, which we know will take several years to get to that point. But the intent is to work hand in hand with the county, with the Pueblo, and really get this roadway extended and expanded, even from a relief route from I-25, as you can see, going north right above Meta and connecting out to Pioneer Trail where Amazon is, and potential future companies will also be in and around Amazon. So again, big driver for this request, and definitely a need for us to address these public concerns. Next slide, please. So with that, again, a lot of really important major reasons for this request from GSD, and of course the request for approval of this resolution, so that we could then move forward, because as long as this land, this prime 286 acres is under the control of GSD and they have no plans or intent to develop it, it's just sitting there idle, blowing dust and tumbleweeds. And I'm sure, you know, some of us, myself included, have all gotten caught up in the dust storms that just blow across I-25, sometimes with zero visibility. So with localized control of that land and access to what we call the grasslands, we can then further develop it for our benefit. And then also, you know, whether or not we develop a Los Lunas Business Park, or we could utilize that as a potential site for the New Mexico State Fair. As we do know, back in early December, the governor had requested the state issue an RFP for affordable housing development to go within the current Expo New Mexico site, which is 230 acres. We have 286 acres. So in terms of, you know, the scale of the state fair, and being that its future and its current location is completely unknown, I think this also positions us to have a Los Lunas Business Park, and between a partnership with Valencia County, Los Lunas, we could also have a year-round convention center, a place for rodeos, weddings, a multi-purpose type of event space that could, maybe for 2 weeks out of the year, serve as some type of expo conference space for a potential state fair. So this is an idea that came up fairly recent, again, after the governor officially called out Valencia County. She called out Torrance County, and this conceptual plan is our response that we're open to it. And we know it's the powers that be are going to try to keep the state fair in Bernalillo County, and I understand that, but I do think that we have the right land, the right space. We also have the right people on board that really want to see this come to fruition. And again, if the state fair does become a long shot for us, at least we have control of this land to develop a mutually beneficial business park and family-friendly spaces for our residents. So next slide, please. And just to conclude, again, reiterating just a few points I had already made, we do have a lot of support and momentum for this. I do believe that this is the right and opportune time for us to pursue this. And worst case scenario, if we can't get a House resolution filed before February 20th, having these localized approved resolutions does allow us to continue to pursue that, present this conceptual plan during the interim committees, and potentially get that through the legislative session for next year. I think just the timing in which our meeting is happening with GSD, and we did reach out for several weeks to GSD trying to confirm this meeting. We finally heard back a few days ago, and I think that that's our biggest hurdle and hold up in terms of getting it in this legislative session. So with that, I do stand for questions.
Ms. Archuleta, I know that this resolution is the beginning of something to support the Village of Las Lunas and something for the community. And I know that we had talked about a potential partnership in the future, and this might be a little premature for you to go into that discussion, but and I'll leave that up to your discretion. But we'll definitely, I would definitely be in support of this resolution. I think it's going to benefit the entire county, and I'll leave that up to you if you want to go into any more details or if you want. It may be a little premature to discuss that, but I'll leave that up to your discretion.
Yes, and Chairman Seiss and County Commission, I do think that like I said, I think the resolution is the first step to just say, yes, let's move forward with the request of the transfer. I think once we, over the coming months, as this, gets more traction and we get more teeth to this, I wholeheartly believe that between the Village of Los Lunas, Valencia County, and any other respective entities that would be involved, we would need additional conversations of what that looks like. I know we previously talked about maybe a GRT share. I think as this shakes out, working out those details over the next coming weeks and months is something we can certainly work on.
Very good. Commissioners, any questions, Ms. Archuleta?
Mr. Chair.
Please.
I just want to say, as I'm sure everybody's aware, the county has been working towards getting together an event center of some sort. And personally, I think this is a great place to work on that and partner with the village. I think we could really do some good things here. It's well worth it.
Commissioners, any other questions? Staff?
Mr. Chair, I think it's just exciting that, we're at a point now in working with our partners, whether it be, the Village of Las Lunas, City of Belen, BOCC Farms, Real Communities, that we're having these communications and being able to, really focus on each other's needs and big goals. And I think, something like this would just benefit everybody in the county. Most definitely, if we want to be selfish, it's going to benefit us if we were to get that sort of relief route for our hospital that's coming. So yeah, I agree with you all. It's going to be a great economic driver for us in the future if this was to come to fruition. And then, our legislators are really chomping at the bit at trying to get the expo here. That'd be major for Valencia County as a whole. So a really exciting opportunity, and I think it's something that I've been looking forward to Victoria presenting to y'all and seeing how you guys go forward.
Very good. Okay, with that said, is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
I can make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, it is approved. We'll get that to you. And also, we're very committed to the county. I'll commit myself and staff at least. If you need our support going before the legislature, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to be there and support you all that we can in this endeavor. We wish you the best because it's going to be a benefit to all of us.
Wonderful. Commissioner Sison, County Commissioners, thank you so much for this opportunity. I look forward to just continued discussion and working through this over the next coming weeks. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for Valencia County Day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-12.
Do you need to take that resolution with you tonight, or can we just get it to you in the next couple of days? Perfect. Okay. Item number 9, approval of a resolution, state bars. Ms. Houston Green.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. We have a pretty short agenda tonight. We have some state budget adjustments and also some local, but that's item number 9. The state are, they affect cash and therefore they require both your approval as well as DFA's approval. Currently the ones that you're looking at for local, I'm really backwards tonight. For your state bars this evening, mostly have to do with establishing a new department for our safety and compliance person, finalizing the consolidation of county fire, GRT taxes and EMS funds, and also to record the receipt of the FY25 YCC and JAG grants. So just as an overall, I don't have any further information to give you unless you have some questions, so I stand for questions.
Any questions of Ms. Houston Green?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
and you recommend approval?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Any further questions? Not the recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Berry for approval, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Ritchie, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, is approved.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this resolution, I need to have a correction. First off, the resolution that I called out for the past item number 16, that was resolution.
Mike,
25-13.
can you pull your microphone?
Sorry about that. That item number 16, the resolution was 2025-13. For item number 16, the resolution for item number 9 is resolution 2025-14.
Okay, item 10, approval of approval of a resolution 2025 local bars. Ms. Houston Green.
Yes, local bars this evening mainly consist of adjustments to address personnel salary budget adjustments needing just minor changes due to personnel changes throughout the fiscal year. Other than that, there's not too many exciting things going on with those. They do only require your approval as they do not affect cash. And I stand for questions. I also recommend approval.
Any questions of Ms. Houston Green? There be none. So recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion in the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
Vote yes, is approved. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-15.
Okay. Item 11, consideration of a memorandum of agreement with the city of Belen for paving improvements on East Side School Road. Ms. Benavides.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. I'm here for your consideration on an MOU between the City of Belen and Valencia County. We applied for some funding for East Side School Road. A portion of that is within the City of Belen. Unfortunately, we didn't receive the entire funding amount that we requested, so we therefore only had enough to do that portion in front of the city of Belen, which also has a school and is in dire need of improvements. So I stand for any questions and recommend approval.
Any questions of Ms. Benavides?
Rio Grande Elementary?
Yes.
Any other questions? Recommendation, please.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Brazell for approval, second by Commissioner Sparkman. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Brazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Thank you.
Okay, item 12, approval of a resolution to participate in the FY 2025 firefighter recruitment fund. And we've got Mr. Silva.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, thank you. Again, we are requesting consideration of a resolution to participate in the FY25 Firefighter Recruitment Fund. The New Mexico Department of Finance and Administration did award Valencia County with appropriation number 24-ZI-5036-58 with the reversion date of June 30th, 2027. The allocated amount is for a total award amount of $918,750 over 3 years to hire full-time firefighters and emergency medical technician positions. The first allocation amount of $525,000 will be dispersed at 100% within 5 business days of acceptance of the agreement to include a resolution of approval from the local governing body. Funds for the first disbursement must be expended by June 30th, 2025. The second 50% disbursement in the amount of $262,500 will be made in July 2025 and is to be expended by June 30th, 2026. The final disbursement of 25% in the amount of $131,250 will be made in July 2026 and must be expended no later than June 30th, 2027. As I previously mentioned, the total appropriation is for $918,750 and operates on an annual disbursement basis. There is no match being required. However, the county agrees to submit quarterly reports while providing updates on the hiring of the full-time firefighters or emergency medical technicians. With that said, I respectfully request consideration of this resolution and I stand for any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Silva? Please.
This is more for the chief. Do you have a, are you going to be going after the firefighters or the medical technicians for?
So Commissioner, this just a little backstory to this one. We are full staffed currently, and this is the positions that were approved in the grant last year. I think there was a misunderstanding with the former county manager Monette when we presented this originally. We were actually supposed to present this originally as a resolution, and that did not get done. We're just catching up, and Jeremias can correct me if I'm wrong, on basically catching up to the resolution from the award that we received last year. We have already filled those positions. We were able to recruit. We had a pretty significant recruiting event and had more applicants than we needed for a position. So we are 100% full at this time off of this grant. So to answer your question, it's really, we're just catching up paperwork wise from the previous grant, but we have already filled all the positions related to it.
Any other questions?
Mr. Chair?
Please.
And I imagine we asked this question when this all started, but you're confident we've got a way to fund these positions after this grant money runs out?
Chairman, Commissioner, that was my understanding in our original discussions with Manager Monette and Loretta at the time, was that we would be able to sustain these into the future.
Any other questions, Commissioners? There be none, is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Sparkman. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bezel, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-16.
Okay, item 13, acceptance of the Community Wildfire Protection Plan grant from the State of New Mexico Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department. Mr. Silva?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Again, we are requesting consideration of a grant agreement with the State of New Mexico Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department. The sub-grant agreement is made by and between the State of New Mexico Energy, Mineral, and Natural Resources Department and Valencia County to provide funding for the update of the Valencia County Community Wildfire Protection Plan to identify and prioritize areas at risk, identify priority hazardous fuels management projects, and plan to respond to wildfires as defined in the Healthy Forests Restoration Act. Valencia County has received $159,600 with a mandatory match amount of $17,867 that must be met and operates on a reimbursement basis. The match for this project will be made in the form of wages paid to Valencia County Fire Department Captain Rob Barr. Payments shall be made upon acceptance of detailed certified reimbursement invoicing with supporting documentation for services performed, goods obtained, and expenses incurred for the project. The term of this grant is from the date fully executed to December 31st, 2026. With that said, respectfully request consideration of this grant agreement, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Silva?
Sure.
Please.
So, even though I guess it's too soft to you. So, with the river and everything not being under the county, how is that with the wildfire, with the wildlands? Yes. Identifying those with Middle Rio Grande, do they get funds as well to participate in this?
Chairman, Commissioner, that's a great question. I'll have the answer as far as whether MRGCD is eligible for these funds. Our wildland team will target properties within the county, usually those sought out by residents. And our crews will go out and do firewise training. They'll do property assessments for defensible space. So we will target areas of risk within the county, and then we will also accept requests from the public. We do have some cooperative agreements with MRGCD as far as some work groups is looking at thinning projects and those, but as you all have heard me say many times, like that's an uphill battle as far as doing really targeted mitigation projects within the BOCC. We run into a lot of issues. The biggest one that we typically see is an Endangered Species Act that restricts us in a lot of areas. But our crew is working with MRGCD's folks, state forestry, and they're trying to target specific areas that they can do cooperative projects with.
Any other questions? There be none, is there a recommendation, please?
Sure. Let's make a motion to approve.
We have a motion from Commissioner Bezel for approval, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion or the second? Be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bezel, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commission.
Mr. Chair, while you all sign that, I want to go back to Commissioner Richardson's question about, funding for these types of grants. The wonderful thing about Jeremias and his team is when these grants do present themselves, they do go through that process of meeting with Loretta and finance staff and the department that's receiving that grant. Fortunately for us, I mean, Chief Prop and Under Sheriff Noah, they're well versed in these grants and how they can assist within their departments. And particularly like the firefighter recruitment fund, where those kind of tier off. They also look for other grants where they pay half or more of salaries within their department. So there's a good offset with what we eventually take on as well. And the team really does a good job about identifying where we can offset the cost of something that we'll eventually have to pick up with something that, we'll just get grant funded for a long term. So Hedemius and his team, finance and their team, and each department, they do a really good job about identifying those issues and how we'll be able to cover those in the long term. And so I got the great staff we do.
Thank you.
And we'll continue that process.
Thank you, Hedemius.
Okay, item 14, direction to staff to publish the title and general summary of an ordinance adopting the 2021 International Fire Code. Chief Prop.
Chairman, Commissioners, we've been working for a little over a year now. Deputy Chief Davis, who's also our county fire marshal, has been working hand in hand with Los Lunas' fire marshal. We've been very strategic to try to move the updated fire code in at the same time between the municipalities and the county. We've done our total review of the 2021 fire code. We're currently operating in the 2006 fire code, so we've been outdated for quite a while. This will bring us up to the 2021. This is the most achievable and obtainable fire code to get us to, without having to really dive into a lot of the new things coming out in the brand new code. We'll be moving towards that eventually, but this is the best code to get us really updated and into place. We've also included the kind of the amended fee schedule for inspections and things of that sort. But what we're looking to do right now is basically publish this, let the public know that it is our intent to move to the 2021. I think Mr. Nats, we needed 30 days. Is that correct, for like a protest period?
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, if you all direct the publication of this ordinance, we will publish notice in the paper at least one time, 2 weeks prior to the date where there'll be a public hearing, where the public can attend and make their comments known of whether or not you all would like to adopt this ordinance, which would repeal and replace the previous code that we have. If adopted, it'll go into effect 30 days later and will be the law of the county.
And Chairman, Commissioners, we don't foresee anything really contestable as we move forward with the code. I know there's things that kind of capture the public's interest. Some of those things revert to like residential fire code. We're not moving to anything yet that would be thought of as controversial. So I don't anticipate a lot of resistance to updating the code. And with that, we'll take any questions.
Any questions, Chief Prop?
Sure.
Please.
Being updating and complying with the newer fire code, is there maybe, what are the benefits of that, and does this benefit residents maybe with their homeowners insurance or things like that?
Chairman, Commissioner, that's a great question. And actually it will. It'll benefit them. We will be going through our ISO evaluation next month. Having the updated fire code will reduce or will increase our points on ISO, and therefore businesses will see the result of that ISO improvement by lowered insurance costs. So it'll definitely have an impact countywide.
Any other questions? So recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Richardson for approval, second by Commissioner Bering. Discussion on the motion of the second. None. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote? Yes. Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, it is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, item 15, approval of a resolution expressing support for local government control and participation as a cooperating agency under the National Environmental Policy Act. Mr. Nance.
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, I believe that this was brought to the county by the chairman. And what it's basically requesting is that the county be offered and included in National Environmental Policy Act procedures where generally these are used for going through projects which might require it. Maybe the MRGCD is doing a big project with the river, or quite a few large projects require the NEPA process to get basically environmental clearance. What this is particularly requesting is that we be always considered as a cooperating agency for whichever agency is going through the process, whether it be the Bureau of Land Management or the Bureau of Reclamation, so that the county can utilize its specific knowledge of the area and expertise. And certainly we have expertise in planning and certain environmental conditions, the way it affects our roadways and our population. And I think it's important that, that any agency that is going through this process consider the county as a cooperating agency.
Thank you. This particular resolution was presented to us at our commissioners' affiliate at the NNC conference in Santa Fe, the Legislative Conference. There are some counties that are experiencing some issues regarding this particular issue that's being addressed in the resolution. So it was asked that we bring these to all county commissions in the state of New Mexico for their consideration for approving such a resolution. And in turn, we will forward this back to the gentleman, the commissioner that has put this together, as whether we approve it or not support it. That's not any pressure on you guys at all. I'm just giving you the information that was presented to me. So with that said, are there any questions regarding this resolution?
Mr. Chair?
Please.
How would that affect like the flood control? Would they have to come then before us?
It wouldn't require that they come before us, and I would actually hope that the flood control district, the newly formed flood control district, can also be a cooperating agency. It just basically means that we'll provide all of the notices and opportunities to be heard, when they're proposing a project or regulations, so that we can, put our expertise in, and say, yeah, this is a good idea, this is a bad idea. It really does. It's a process under NEPA that allows a local government to to really participate in the process rather than just being sidelined or being just like I hate to say it, but anybody else, where you put in a comment and they're looked at and, okay, well, your comments are great, and they kind of ignore it. You're really, as a cooperating agency, your comments should hold a much higher weight than just somebody off the street, let's say.
So what about like municipalities, say like Niagara, Village of Los Lunas adding more water rights, from the state aquifer? How would that, like, you always hear about the water watchers and stuff like that?
Something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah, if it were to require NEPA approval, then basically, again, it would just allow us to to have more of a say in what's being crafted. It doesn't mean that they have to listen to us, but we do have weight in what we're saying as a cooperating status.
Thank you.
Any other questions? To be done, is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval for Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? To be done, Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, as approved.
Mr. Chairman and County Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-17.
Jonathan, will you take care of forwarding this on to the commissioner that requested us to present this? Do you have the information?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, executive session. Mr. Nance, would you please announce?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. Pursuant to Section 1015-1H of the Open Meetings Act, the following matters may be discussed in closed session. Under collective bargaining, H5, Valencia County Professional Firefighters Association, accretion petition, and AFSCME Council 18, Local 2745 detention. And under property, H8, District Attorney's Quarters.
To that effect, please.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion to go into executive session by Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion in the second? Being none, Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. We will return out shortly. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll send it up. I've got cousins who they do it on their RV. They just take it and they just, when they set up and they pull somebody in their retire, they just set it out. It starts. But theirs is a fancy one. It tracks it. So that there's like several satellites.
All right, sir, you're ready. Is this going to be the motion, reconvene regular session, please?
So moved. Second.
Motion, Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Richardson. Discussion on the motion to say. They're being done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. We are reconvening regular session. Mr. Nance, would you summarize the items discussed in closed session, please?
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, the items discussed in closed session were limited to those in the motion for closure, specifically IAFF accretion petition, AFSCME Council 18 detention, and District Attorney's Quarters. No final action was taken.
Motion to that effect, please.
Moved.
Second.
A motion from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion in the second? Be done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, move on to our action items. Item 17, consideration of a lease agreement for District Attorney's Quarters. The manager, are you going to take that one?
Sure. Mr. Chair, what was on the action was consideration of a lease agreement for the district attorney's quarters? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This item is not yet ready for the board's consideration. I'd ask that the table it.
Have a recommendation to table. Is there a motion to that effect, please?
So moved.
Second. Have a motion to table from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion in the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. This is tabled. Okay, we got a couple upcoming meetings to announce. February 19th, 2025, we will have a public hearing business meeting here at the Chambers, 5:00 p.m. Also via Facebook Live. Also that same day, Deputy or Manager, would you please, I think we have a 3:00 commitment or
Yes, sir.
potential commitment?
Yes, sir. So as you all have seen, the progress on the jail expansion next door. It's in its final stages, and the warden would like to schedule at 3 p.m. With all of you if possible to do your yearly tour of the existing jail and then to tour the new facility as well. And that will commence at 3 o'clock on the 18th.
Are there any concerns or questions with anybody at for that 3 o'clock? No? Okay, very good. Also, March 5th, 2025, business meeting, 5 o'clock here in the chambers, and that'll also be via Facebook Live. Are there any closing comments from fellow commissioners? If there be none, we are adjourned. Thank you, guys.
Hey, and that's all right, dude. I was like, I don't want you sharing what you talked about. I was like, no, no.
That's I heard it going. I was like,
I was ready to cut you off.